Okay, guys, we have this equation, okay? First thing I asked you to notice is it says it's equation of a circle. The minute you see the word equation of circle, you're thinking page 19, there's equations of circles I can use there. Now you're going to have to figure out which one you're using. So I'm going to quickly go to your notes. I think we're going to use the HK one. Can anybody tell me why? The format is the same, not because it's a H, it's because it's the same. There's brackets and stuff like that. So that's why you're going to use the HK formula. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare my formula to their formula. So instead of H, we have a H. That means H is the X component of the center of the circle. Instead of a minus K, we have a plus 3. Multiply both sides by minus. Now, if you forget that HK is the center of the circle, it's written in the formula. Given center, HK. It tells you what HK stands for, the center of the circle. Now, always. Now, next thing I'll do, it says in terms of H is find the radius. Find the radius. Well, I know R squared is 12. Okay, and I'm going to square root the 12. And what do I get there? 2 root 3. Have a quick peek at the marking scheme, just let us know what we got for this. Yeah, that is it. Okay. That's a 10 marker, lads. 10 marker for that. So we're on 10 out of 30. Okay. So happy days. Let's go to part 2. Now, next thing we're looking for is the perpendicular distance from this line to the center. What's the center again? H minus 3. Okay, H and minus 3. Give me 1 second. Center C is 5 units. Work out 2 possible values of H. Now, 2 possible values of H. What type of equation does that indicate? We're expecting a quadratic. If we don't get quadratic, we're in trouble. Exactly. Now, perpendicular distance. So what that basically means is I have a line. Okay, here's my line. Here's my point, the center of the circle. There's no need to draw the circle because all that we need to do is know that this distance from here to here is 5. Okay, I'm going to have to find the perpendicular distance formula in my tables. So I'm going to have a quick look upwards. I think it's on the previous page to that. No, it's not actually. It's on the same page. There it is there. And look, it tells you exactly what everything means. Okay, so look at this. Here we go. Okay, distance from x1, y1 to the line ax plus by plus c. Okay, this should be handy enough now. What's my a value? Nope, it's what comes in front of x. See the way it says ax? So it's what comes in front of x, which is 1. It says by, but we have minus 4y. So what does that mean about b? Minus 4. Okay, now, what's the c value? 7. What's my x1, y1 value? H and minus 3. And this is a 15 marker, lads. This is a 15 marker. All we got to do is plug in some numbers and let's see what happens, okay? And what's the distance to d value? It says it's 5 units. So 5 equals a, which is 1 times x1, which is h, b, which is minus 4, times, minus 4 times minus 3, and then c, which is 7, all over square root of a squared plus b squared. That is what we call a valid attempt. Oh, I've noticed on marking schemes recently, you're looking, that they sometimes give marks. You should write down the formula you're using. Don't just input directly. Write down the formula you're using and then input in, because they're giving marks just for the formula sometimes. But if you don't write the formula and you input it wrongly, you get nothing. So please start writing down the formulas, okay? I'll do that in a second. Yeah, you do. You will square both sides in a second, so I'm right. So is that that's still 5, and that's going to be h plus 12 plus 7. I'm going to get h plus 7 in, or 19 I'm in. Okay, and on the bottom, square root of 7 in. Okay, now I'm going to square both sides. 5 turns to 25. H plus 19 turns into h plus 19 multiplied by another h plus 19, and then the 7 in on the bottom. So I'm going to do 17 times 25. 425. I'm going to multiply out this here. What do we get? H squared, yeah. 19h and another 19h, which would be 38h. That's my two 19h's. What do you get for 19 by 19? 361, okay. I'm going to bring that 425 over the other side. And I bring that 425 out the other side. It's going to be 361 minus 425 minus 64. You can do the minus p formula, which is perfect. What am I thinking of using? Oh, it's going to be decimal answer, I think, maybe. Sort form. Key information here. Give the answer in sort form. That's an indication you can't factorize it. You'll need to use the minus b. Right, let's do the minus b. So a equals 1, b equals 38, minus b equals minus 38, c equals minus 64. Take out the calculator and put it into the minus b formula. Okay, minus 38 plus square root. What is it? Minus 38 squared. Oh. Four all over 2 times 1. Okay. I got 19 plus 5 root 7 in. Oh, sorry, minus 19 plus. Oh, plus 38 squared. Oh, yeah. It won't affect the answer, but yeah, you're right. It's meant to be plus 38 squared. Because I'm squaring a minus number, it'll still turn out the same. Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, I'll check the market scheme now first, and just when you're studying, you want to be checking your market scheme and backing the book regularly. Make sure everything you write down is good. So let's find out. Yep, 15 marker for that. For low 4 out of 10 for substituting into the formula. Part 2, 1 step correct. Well, it says 3 steps, so they're actually given, technically they're given 8. If you substitute fully correct, you're getting 8 out of 15. So yeah, all the way up here, believe it or not, about this stage, I think it was worthy of 8 out of 15 right here. I have it the opposite way around. Okay, now, first thing we know about A. See A? What quadrant is it in? The top right one, isn't it? A has to be positive. Would you agree with that? It tells us that A has to be somewhere between 0 and. We know it can't be bigger than A. How do we know it can't be bigger than A? 8's clearly to the right of it. And just by looking at the diagram, I think A is going to be quite small. It's going to be a lot closer to 0 than it is to 8. Does that make sense to you guys? So also that's doing is narrowing down what A is. A is an element of R. It means it could be a decimal, a surd, fraction, whatever. That's all that means, all right? Now, here's what we got to think about. Where have we seen this before? 3 points and the equation circle. We actually used the GF method for this, okay? We've done one similar to this before, but never with the missing letter like this, okay? Now, this is what I'm going to use. And I'm just going to start inputting x and y values into each one. How many equations will I get when I keep replacing x and y into this formula? going to get 3 different formulas. Is that all right? But go on, what you say? Perfect. We already have the radius, which actually means there's a separate formula for that, which is g squared plus f squared minus, and we actually know that that's root 20. The goal of the question, find the equation of the full circle. Means I need to find g and f and c. Is that right? All right. Now, if this was like a 15 marker, here's how you get your marks, okay? Ready? So, what we do is the following. We just say square root of g squared. I don't think there's anything we can do here. There's nothing we can input. Do we know the center of the circle? What is the center of the circle again? It's minus g minus f. How do I know that? It's actually in the tables. If you go downwards, you can see that the center of the circle is minus g minus f, and it's written there for you. So there's actually nothing I can do there. I can square both sides. What happens if I square both sides? Just get rid of the square roots, yeah? That's one formula. I can use the red formula when I get a chance. Currently, don't know how to use it. Okay, next part. I'm going to do what I said earlier. Anywhere I see x, I'm going to replace it with. Anywhere I see y, I'm going to replace it with 3. Let's do it. A squared plus 3 squared, which is 9, plus 2g times x, 2ga, plus 2fy, 2f multiplied by 3, 6f plus c equals 0. This is an awful question. It's very difficult, right? But we're just going to show you how to even attempt it would be good. Okay, I've done one of the equations, right? What about the next one? Try 8 and 1. So what do we do here? 8, replace x with a. What do we get? Replace y with 1. 1. Replace x with 8 and y with 1. So what's 2g times a? 16g. Next one. 2f times what? 1 plus c equals. And I'm just going to combine the 64 and the 1 together to get what? 65. And you know, I'll probably bring that over the other side. So is it alright if I just transfer all that onto the other side and call this minus 65? Is that right? Okay. Now, likewise, I think I'm going to do the same thing up here. See the 9 and the a squared? What will I do to that? Transfer it over the other side. So I get 9 minus, minus 9 minus a squared, right? Now remember, we're only in this question for 10 marks. Like none of us are pulling this out of the bag, right? What's the next part then? Can you tell me now? What's the next part? I have to use a and minus 5. So replace x with a, so a squared. Replace y with minus 5. 25. After that, 2ga again, yeah? And what else? Minus 10y, yeah? Plus c equals 0. Oh, 10f, not 10y. Thank you. Now, it's only now that I know what to do. Okay, I haven't practiced this one yet. It's only now that I realize what I'm going to do to finish this off, okay? Now, move the a squared and 25 over the other side. So what do we get? Yeah, exactly, right. But there you go. I think I have an idea. Here's my idea. Ready for my idea? Okay, my idea is the following. What I think we're going to do is the blue one and the black one are the most similar. What do I mean by that? It has the 2ga and it has the a squared, doesn't it? So if I multiply the blue one by minus 1, what happens if I multiply the blue one by minus 1? minus 2GA minus 6F and minus C. That was a minus 9 turns to a plus 9, and the A squared turns to a. Look what happens when I add downwards with the black and the blue one. Everything's moving. Except what? And F turns out to be minus, that's minus 16. And now I've got my F value. F as well. F is 1. See the way everything just cancelled? It was really difficult, and two of them just, yeah, major cancel culture there. Now, all right, now I'm still after F and C, haven't I? Oh, sorry, I'm still after G and F. Okay, so I'm still significant win there, but we need to figure out something else. So, see the red equation? Everybody see the red equation? What are we going to do with the red equation? Replace F with 1. And then what else are we going to do? So 6G plus C equals, what is it? 6 minus 67. Is that okay? Now I forgot all about which one. See this one up here? Ever see that one there? What can I replace F with? So 1 squared, yeah? And then what can I say then? Look at this, lads. G squared minus C is 19. Now, lads, this is just about to cook. This actually it's happening really fast now. So what's going now? G squared plus what? 6G. Yeah. And what else? G squared plus 6G minus C equals, the C's cancel. What's then? Which is, what's minus 67 plus 19? Minus 48. Okay, bring it over to your side. G squared plus 6G plus 48, is it? Yeah. Oh. Okay, yay. I went wrong there. If you see this was actually a 16 all along. So that's a 16, that's a 16, that's a 16, that's a 16. I knew something was up. I just didn't know what. Now, here we go. It's going to be G plus 4 and G plus 12 equals 0. Now, here's the kicker, right? What we say is that the G value is minus 4, or the G value is. Now, remember, the center of the circle is minus G minus F, yeah? That's the center circle, yeah? So center circle could be minus 1 for the Y value, but it cannot be plus 12. Why can't it be plus 12? Further right than the 8, so that means what? That's going to be what? 4. Now, good news for me now. I actually have a shortcut to the equation of the circle now. I know the center of the circle, don't I? Yes. Do I know the radius? And that's, I'm just going to use the HK formula to finish this off. Much easier than finding C because I have all the information. So it's going to be x minus 4 squared. And then it's going to be y plus 1. And then root 20 squared equals 20, and you're done.